Here we see the young scientist preparing to embark upon her grand scientific adventure, which will yield many publications and funding opportunities indeed. From months of careful planning, her experiment is flawless.
That's not how science works. Tree in the forest does not stand alone. It is covered in different plants called epiphytes. These epiphytes grow in patterns along vertical gradients of light, water, and nutrients, and we set out to investigate those patterns.
The tropics are an ideal setting for research because, as we all know, it is always quite sunny in the tropics.
The thing about a rainforest is that it rains constantly. Everything just stays wet. And the mud, endless fields of mud. It gets up in your equipment and it makes everything take longer than you planned for. But every now and then, the rain clears up and you find yourself ascending 30 meters in a tower into the canopy of a primary growth rainforest. A very unique and very, very amazing experience. Pretty rad.
As scientists, the world is our oyster. Research possibilities are endless, and nothing can stand in our way. I was on a quest to find a good research tree, one that met all the criteria for my research study. But it turns out that good research trees are very often not good climbing trees. And it took a lot of exploration of the grounds with Andres, our professional tree climber, and every tree that I pointed out to him, he said was not good for climbing.
That tree is about to fall down.
Totally unsafe. So after much searching, we finally found a good tree, and I got to be the first person to really make the climb up into the canopy in order to set up the eye buttons for relative humidity and temperature measurements. It is totally a different world up there, and it was amazing. Climbing a tree. Honestly, how difficult can it be?
Climbing the tree was harder than I was expecting. First of all, just getting up there, started going up, was really hard. And then I got poked by a bromeliad, I got bitten by ants, and then the wind was just crazy. It started like moving me around. I got really nervous, but then I thought like, no, I have to be able to get my samples, come back and take all the data. And in the end, it was really rewarding because the view up there is beautiful. The orchids are flowering, so it was really great, the end.
Now that we have overcome the obstacles of fieldwork, it is time to go to the lab. Nature may be unpredictable, but in the lab, nothing can ever go wrong.
So this is the gas sample analyzer that we're going to be using for our experiment. We were trying to use it since yesterday. However, there was an issue with the cable, so we have been waiting for the technician, and the technician has finally solved the problem. We have a bunch of samples, of leaf samples that we need to analyze. We're going to have a photosynthetic rate data that we're going to try to analyze that with other morphological measurements that we're going to be taking. We have plenty of samples to present good results at the end.
And so, along their adventure, our young scientists were met with many challenges indeed. Nevertheless, with persistence, creativity, and flexibility, their challenges were overcome, their data were collected, and their scientific adventure continues. With harness, helmet, and string, you can have your own set of wings. You can sample up high all the leaves you can spy. With your fist clenching tight to the rope on your right. Oh, let's go climb a tree up to the canopy. Let's go climb a tree and get some data. Up to the epiphytes along gradients of light. Oh, let's go climb a tree